Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Tonight I'll be doing the T1 Samba Camper van tonight, pack 4. And I'm going to pick one of my co-hosts. I'm going to go straight for the middle one.
Hello, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Build with Adrian and the T1 Samba Camper Volkswagen camper van build tonight. And we have got a good show for you tonight, so keep watching.
1 or 2?
Oh, 2.
Okay. Oops.
Evening, everybody. Welcome to Adrian's show. I think this will be a really cracking build tonight, so let's crack on.
And final one. Click on the right icon.
It's me. Good evening, everybody, and yeah, welcome to Adrian's Live. It's going to be a good one tonight, and I'm really looking forward to this one. So back on YouTube.
Yeah, back on YouTube and back to building as we normally are. So I do believe that there's going to be me and Mark that's going to be reading the instructions. Geordie Dave is going to be doing the chat, and Adrian is going to be doing the camera work and the building. Aren't we?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So is everybody all right tonight?
Yeah, good. Really
Yes.
good.
Or are you half left?
Not too bad.
Yeah, just a
Right.
couple of stomach issues, but really shouldn't eat a foot-long sub.
Oh, no.
That's regret. I said to Julie, next time we're in Subway and I say, oh, I want a foot long, remind her of how I felt this afternoon, and then yeah, I'll go for the smaller one.
Well, don't forget they cut it in half. So basically you can eat half then and
Yeah.
the rest up and they eat their half later. Then your stomach might not be able to digest some of it.
Well,
I've just had a nice kebab.
oh, I'm not doing it. I love sandwiches, but oh gosh. We're going around Hobbycraft like, oh my, I couldn't move. Oh dear. For some strange reason, since I've turned 40, I'm sticking to speed limits now. And oh, what's that all about?
Sign of the times.
I'm there. I'm driving under the speed limit. I'm thinking, when did this happen?
Don't worry.
But yeah. So,
Guys do
I'm just waiting for my midlife crisis to come.
Oh, heck.
Yeah. Goodness knows what that's going to be.
Right, Gordy Dave, can you, if I go to my camera, you can go through the chat and can't you?
Yeah, no. Right, Dave, say hello, everyone. Hello, Dave.
Hello.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Hello.
Hello, Bud. Howdy, everyone. Hello, Danny.
I don't know.
40F20. Hi, all.
Hi,
people.
people.
We have
20.
Mark Mods. Hello, all. Hello, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Hello. Yorkshire Tufter. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Julie.
Penelope's pit stop. Evening. Just a quick hello as I'm working at the moment. Hello, Penny.
Hi, Penny.
Hello, Penny.
Hi, Penny.
P40F20. Good to see you, Dave. See, how is Christine?
Christine is okay at the moment. She's had a really good day today. Thank you ever so much for asking. She was rather poorly beginning of the week, but she's okay at the moment. So fingers crossed and all that, you know, she's going to be okay. So thank you ever so much for asking.
And P40F20. Welcome to the club, Mark.
Oh, right. It's normal then.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I will say about Christine and Dave is even though Christine's had all them health problems, they still sent me a birthday card and they sent something off my wish list. Even though they've got all that going on, they're still thinking of other people.
Yeah, well,
Good to know. Good to know people like that.
something we do, you know,
Yeah.
something. Well, we try, don't we? So we try.
Yeah. But just with everything going on, you still did it, and yeah, I was really touched.
You're going to make me cry now.
Yeah. Quick, Adrian, change the cameras.
Yeah. Right. Let's go on with the build.
Okay. So I think I'm taking first slot with the instructions or the destructions, whichever one you want. So this is build the T1 Samba Camper. It's stage 26 and it's the middle seat support. Okay, so in a moment we'll have a look through the parts. So stage 26 is the middle seat supports. Your parts are. Oops. Why is it? They all look similar. They all look very
Almost
similar.
look similar.
Yeah. So when you're ready, Adrian, we'll go through them. Okay.
Right. You've got to pair them, look almost the same, but you got like a notch at the bottom.
Okay, so well, we've got 26.1, which is the middle seat support 1, and we've got 26.2, which is the middle seat support 2. We've got 26.3, the middle seat support 3, and 26.4, the middle seat support 4.
Right.
So there's 4 of them.
You find this is number 1.
Okay.
Because that'd be by the door, because you've got a little catch there.
Uh-huh.
Then I reckon this one is number 2. It'll go there.
Okay.
Then I reckon, right, okay, the final detail. This one here will be number 3.
Yeah.
And 4, then it needs this one here with little tags at the bottom. If you want to take out the seats, that's what you do. You do the end 2 notches and you find the seat will come out on a rear vehicle.
Okay. So if you want to arrange them in your pot for fitting later on.
Yes,
the next part of the instruction is all about tyres, the composition and nomenclature of tyres, and the speculation of the types of tyres and wheels. And I'm just waiting for my pad to load up, and it says 26A, step 26A, carefully store the parts supplied with this stage for use in the future. So that was quick. And then it gives you a little diagram as to where the parts go. And then it says stage 27, the middle seat space. So we'll give you a moment or two. Is there any chat to catch up on, Jolly Dave?
No.
Okay, jolly good. So that was a quick issue, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a quick stage.
Yeah, very quick. So this is stage 27, the middle seat space.
Well, I'm just going to open the screws at the moment. I've got plenty of screws in there, so
Okay.
I think I might have enough. So I'm not going to
Okay.
bother counting them.
All right.
And I keep the spare ones behind, so
Okay.
I should have enough. Right.
Okay, so 27.1 is the middle seat space.
There it is.
And that's plastic, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay. 27.2 is screws 1.8 by 4 millimeter BP03 screws.
Yes.
Okay. So the next part of this is a diagram which tells you exactly what we're going to do with the seat supports. And step 27A, which is the first step, retrieve the supports from stage 26. I think that'll be quite easy.
Yes, I think these instructions will probably work if these were done sort of like a weekly part work.
Yeah, absolutely. Step 27B is identify middle seat supports 1 and 2. Support 1 as extra parts as indicated by the arrows. Okay. So we're looking at the bottom of the seat again with them 10 buckle things at the bottom of the seat.
Yeah, here are the two.
Okay, so there's one with and one without. So 26.1, 26.2.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so step 27C is take middle seat support 1 and insert the 2 posts into the indicated holes in the middle seat space 27.1 as shown.
Right.
Okay.
Like so.
Yeah.
And I
It
bet
does
it will
look like,
say turn over and
yeah, I would imagine so, Adrian, because 27D, secure the support to the base with 2 BP03 screws, 27.2. Okay, that sounds all very nice and easy. The 10 buckles on the bottom of the seat frame there remind me ever so much of a minibus that we used to have at one time, that had tracking on the floor, and we could alter the seats throughout the whole floor of the minibus. So we could make the seats wider, we could make them longer, narrower, etc., etc., because we could alter them anywhere we wanted within the minibus.
Yeah, I remember them when you could take the seats out if you were putting a wheelchair in.
That's correct, Dave. Yeah, that's absolutely correct.
or if
So
you're
we have-
moving boxes, you can always take out the seats and you've got more room in the vehicle if you need to move something.
Yeah, something we actually did as well. We have moved people before in minibuses, especially if there was moving from one care home to another care home, perhaps.
We turned the minibus into a lawn.
Yeah,
Just by taking the seats out and putting a wooden floor and putting the runners.
yeah, you can. Yeah, no problem. So that stage is done, isn't it, Adrian?
Yes.
Yeah, 27E then, step 27E is place middle seat support 2 into the next holes along the base and secure with 2 BP03 screws 27.2.
Yeah, when I was working in the community centre, we had what they call a community loan store where we used to do light removals.
Yeah.
What an old D-Reg transit minibus.
Oh, yeah.
We turned that into the van.
Yeah.
Bloody noisy thing it was. You couldn't talk when you were driving. You had to shout at each other.
Typical transit.
Right. Yes, those two screws are done up nicely.
Okay, jolly good. Well done. So step 27F, take the remaining 2 brackets, 26.3 and 26.4, and identify which is which. Okay.
I'll tell you one thing. They didn't actually identify this one compared to the other one. They should have pointed out that point up there.
That's right. Yeah, they should have done, shouldn't they? They certainly should have done. So, step 27G is place support 3 into the 3 indicated holes in the base.
Right, and that's those 2 holes there.
Yeah. And one in the back, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you've got a small hole in the back as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I've done that one on that image, and
All you've got to do is screw the ones in. And step 27H is what you're doing now. And that's the long part of the support 3 should be seated in the raised hole arrowed. Secure the support with 2 BP03 screws. 27.2.
right.
Okay. So 27I finally fit support 4 to the 3 indicated holes and secure it with 2 BP03 screws. 27.2.
Yeah, I've loaded up my screwdriver. I always done my screwdriver first off.
Yeah.
As one set of screws, basically you know which one it's going to be.
Yeah.
Locate that pin in the back. Try and locate it. Right, okay. Now screw these last 2 holes in.
Okay.
Right.
So that is stage complete then, Adrian.
Yes, that's
Oh. So I'll hand over to Mark for stage 28.
Okay, I'll just wait for Adrian to get the part sorted.
Yeah, only one bit of chat from me. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Dave.
right. Oh, 304. Same again. I got plenty of screws left over, so I'm not worried if I'm one short of a screw. I got plenty of those ones. Just quickly open the other. There's some screws.
It's okay, Adrian, in your own time. You
I'm
have to be organised.
Yes, I'm just saying what I'm doing, so
Yeah.
at least someone knows what I'm exactly doing.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so the parts for this stage, stage 28. 28.1 is the middle seats.
Yes. Got a little push section in the center because you can see underneath it's got a lively framework, and
Yeah.
you can feel like a real seat.
That's
Lovely.
28.2 is screws 1.8 times 4mm BP03 screws.
Yes.
And then 28.3 is screws 2.3 times 4mm BP04 screws.
Right, they say 4. The image shows 5. I got 6
Okay.
in the packet.
Right, and then we've got a little bit of a diagram what we're doing. So step 28A, fit the middle seat 28-1 onto the middle seat's base.
Right, actually, I'm going to roughly put it around that way. I know it's the opposite way around there doing it, because then that little flat gets behind. I'm making sure that flat gets behind those.
Yeah, because step 28B is lift the end of the seat cover over the edge of the base.
Right, yeah, which you automatically would do that.
Yeah.
Because it was where it was actually sticking out already.
Yeah. And then 28C is press the two parts together, checking that the seats are over the edge of the base.
Right, okay, yes.
Okay.
Just this corner down here.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
That's nicely in. What about
Looks
this
nice.
corner? I just got to do this corner. Right, okay, yes, that's nicely pushed in.
So 28D then is secure the base to the seats with 5 BP04 screws. 28-3. And while Adrian's doing that, I'll just explain when we get the measurement for screws. So the BP04 screws in this issue is 2.3 times 4mm. The 2.3 stands for the thickness of the screw, and then the 4mm stands for the length of the screw.
Okay.
So they always give you the thickness before the length.
Right.
And that is you finding the outer diameter of the thread.
Yeah.
Done that one.
Or if you're doing the R2D2, you would have to measure them yourself.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yes. Well, it's working out what screws you've got basically.
I bought one of them gauges for it. You know, what they're called. Oh, the digital. You know where you've got like 2 points and you can just measure the thickness.
Vernier calipers.
Yeah, vernier calipers. I've got a set of them.
Yes, I have as well.
It's quite actually. It's amazing what I can use it for.
And if they actually said, right, okay, you've got this size screws, and even if you had, well, because you had was it a 2.5 version and a 2.3 type? If they said yes, you got that size, you could right, those are those. Instead of right, okay, I need to measure them. If they said in the listing of what screws you received,
Well, my
right, okay, yes, I got a different size now this time.
Yeah, I mean, my R2D2's still standing together, so I must have used the right screws.
Well, hopefully you didn't use the bigger ones where you meant to use the smaller ones, and when you put the smaller ones where the big ones on, and think, ooh, I hope these hold.
Yeah.
How much? Okay, next step.
Okay, so I would load up a BP03 screw, Adrian, on your screwdriver.
Yep, that's what I was thinking of, yes. Because I think I've used what meant to be used, or the BPO
Yeah.
4s.
You need 3 of them screws, I do believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so retrieve step 28E. Retrieve the middle seat back, stage 25, and insert the 3 posts at the bottom into the corresponding holes in the seat base.
Even got a little hole for the little black peg ones.
Mm.
Right, I am going to switch all that around.
28F says check that the backrest remains properly recessed into its housing.
Right, yes. Cool, this is going to be fun to hold. You can't really squeeze out. You've got that
that's why I went.
rail.
That's why I went ahead a bit, just to tell you which screw to load up.
Yeah, right. I've done that one.
Is there any chat, Geordie, Dave?
Oh yeah, Fleetwood done. Fleetwood J, hiya all, hi all. Hope everyone is well and safe. Good luck with the build, Adrian.
Hi, Fleetwood.
And Fleetwood J is a fellow person building a camper.
Yeah.
I've seen some of the mods he's done to his, and they're really nice. Brilliant.
I did one end. I've gone straight on to the other end.
Yeah.
Now I'm going back to the middle one. Of course, if I couldn't get it down the other end down, I'd actually would have gone back to the middle, get that one in, then it might help leave it down the other end. Oops.
At least there's no ugly screws showing on this.
No.
Not like the backs of the seats of the bus.
No, that's true.
I mean, they could have made it a push-fit connection.
Yeah, that would have been
place. Not then you didn't have to have them screws.
Yeah, or little pins sort of like gone in the back, sort of indent on the back, sort of thing.
Yeah.
On the bus.
If I was redoing the bus, I would probably do it. I'd probably fill them holes in and glue them on.
Yeah. Okay, so step 28H is keep the remaining 8 BP03 screws, 28-2, to one side for future use. And that is stage complete.
Well, I keep all my screws, what's left over, so
yeah.
Just in case if I lose one on the floor, at least I've got spare ones.
Yeah.
Or if, unless they don't say, they send one short, think, oh dear, I can't continue the build.
Yeah. Okay, and then that takes us on to stage 29, which is the rear bulkhead.
Right, let me just get on it. This one out of the package.
Now that sounds like it's metal.
Yeah.
That sounds like
actually,
a lovely
no,
piece
plastic.
of metal. Oh.
It's actually plastic. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so just wait while Adrian sorts his screws out. Because Adrian likes to be nicely organised.
I'm actually organised. Last time when I was doing BPL 5, I didn't have any pots labelled up.
Right.
when I did the first set, I thought, oh, I'll do the whole set of 4 pots basically.
Mm.
I was thinking, right, okay, I hope I do end up using that number. And of course, the next show I'll end up using a different size screw. I think, oh, I haven't got that number sorted out yet.
Oh, them screw pots, I've got 2 sets just for the Rootmaster because I've had to put metal screws in one and plastic screws in the other.
Well, when I bought these, I bought 5 pots, 5 trays of them.
Yeah.
Because it was 5 different purchases. They sent them all in the same package, but if you did a quantity of 5, you end up paying more postage-wise, I think.
Strange. Okay, so the parts 29.1 is the rear bulkhead,
Yes.
and part there it is.
It might go. I reckon it might go like that.
And then 29.2 is screws 2.3 times 4mm BP06 screws.
Right. I think you say that they give you the full amount you got, but they're showing you probably only use 3 of them.
Possibly,
So that's
yeah.
actually probably including the spare one. So
Yeah. Okay.
if they said at the beginning you always probably get 1 screw left over as a spare one, then
Yeah.
people might understand. Okay. Because they might look at the image. Well, they're showing you 3 screws there, but you're telling I got 4.
Yeah. Okay, so step 29A is retrieve the middle seat from stage 25. Oh, middle seat back. That's it.
Yes, that's this one.
Yeah. Okay, so step 29B is locate the 2 holes on either side of the seat back.
There's a large one. There's a small one, large one, small one. I think you find the large one is the rotation, the little small one is actually keep it upright, probably.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on to step 29C, the ends of the supports where the seat back will fit have 2 projections that fit into the corresponding holes in the back seat. And then 29D is insert the projections of the inner support into the seat back first.
Got that.
Okay, step 29E, then pull the outer support away a bit, lowering the seat back into position, then pushing the support back and into the holes.
Right, yes.
Yeah. 29F then is once installed, check that the seat back can be folded forward and remains locked when in the upright position.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
It's shame they're not exactly straight.
Yeah.
It could be this is not properly fitted down. I don't know. I might. Oh, this might get. I might probably rest that after stream, basically.
Yeah. Okay. And that is stage complete. And yeah, we've got a nice picture of what it's done. And now it's back over to the wonderful Dave Say for the next set of instructions.
Thank you very much, Mark. So, and flattery will get you everywhere. It's
This
30. Go on, Jody, Dave.
I just seen there's no more chat.
No more chat. Okay. So this is stage 30 then, the rear seats back. This looks like it's going to be a good, interesting issue.
Yeah. Just grabbing the 2 issues at the box. I'll get one ready.
So stage 30, the rear seat's back. Okay, you ready for a parts check then, Adrian?
Well, I think it'll be a pretty simple one.
31 rear seats back.
Yes. And it's
And is it hard? Is it solid? Is it plasticky? Push. You can. Is it like the seat forward, the seat that you sit on, or is it like hard back? Where you gone, Adrian? Nice and
I'm still
solid.
here.
Oh, it's okay. Right. So it gives you a diagram then, and then it says step 30A. Retrieve the middle seats, stage 29, the rear bulkhead 29.1, the BP06 screws 29.2, and the BP03 screws 28.2.
Yes.
Okay. So, and there we was thinking that was it to the stage, didn't we?
Right. Framework.
Yeah, you don't.
Right. I've actually stuck this section down.
Yeah.
All I actually done is where the pegs actually go through and the side. All I've done is put a bit of glue on those,
Yeah.
and that was hold that one in nicely.
Lovely.
I didn't
Yeah.
stick the other one back down because I didn't how well might need to move it to get the rear platform on.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Looks good as well. Stuck down.
Yeah, you can see only one bit will fall off in a moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So step 30B then is take the middle seats and insert the posts into the bottom of the supports in the holes in the cab floor. So that's 8 holes, isn't it?
Yes, all nicely.
Okay, and then step 30C is secure the seats to the floor from below with 8 BP03 screws, 28.2.
Fleetwood here. No, we don't want to know about the auto stuff.
We're not past the 9 o'clock watershed yet.
Oh no.
You got 20 minutes for that.
Actually, there's no 9 o'clock watershed anyway on YouTube.
No, there isn't, no.
Well, no, not if your channel's you've got it set as not made for kids.
Yeah, that's true.
Which all ours are, because with these models are not toys, you know, they are a thing of beauty.
Yes.
Yes.
And we are using craft knives and everything.
Yeah. And sharp scissors and what have you.
Yes, but children could build it, but long as you've got parent supervision, basically.
Yeah.
I tell you one thing, I would have thought a child would be able to do the Terminator.
Yeah.
Well, there was some cutting on there. I would say yes. They could actually put. Yeah, this is not actually a toy, but a youngster above a certain age, if you think it's to the parents, if you think this is responsible for them to do,
yeah,
that is your choice.
You know what? I think some things are just a soft touch, because I mean, I was building Airfix kits when I was 5 or 6.
Yeah.
You know, and that was consisting of sharp knives and super glue. And
Yeah.
I mean, I got more super glue on me than I did on the model, but it didn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe you can't take glue, not super glue, or you'll be stuck together.
Yeah.
I know I need to put in 8, but as I'm going to put it after stream, look at that back. I'm not going to put all 8 screws in. I'm only going to put in 4 at the moment.
Okay.
So we look at that back.
Yeah, of
See if
course.
I can improve the angle of it. It
Okay.
could be not correctly fixing. I just want to probably take it off and redo it again.
Okay. We'll
As
move
we
on.
got at least 10-ish 10 stages in this part work.
Yeah.
One of those.
Yeah.
Now
Okay.
2 or 3 issues.
Yeah. So
Right.
step 30D then, Adrian, is check that the seats are secured to the floor.
Well, both ends are, but the centre 2 are not at the moment. I'll be
'Cause
taking this off again.
you're going to look at them seat backs, yeah. Okay. So step 30E is take the rear bulkhead 29.1 and fit it to the floor, to the rear of the floor, onto the indicated posts. So I believe there's 3 indicated posts.
Yes. Same again. I'm going to lift up that mat first off and try and locate those in.
Try and pop it in, yeah.
Yeah.
And step 30F says check that the rear bulkhead is properly seated and that the holes are aligned with those in the floor. And then
First off, I'm going to get a screw ready, and I think it's PBO6 probably.
BPO6, yeah. And step 30G says secure the bulkhead with 3 BP06 screws, 29.2.
I'm Christine. Say hi, everyone. Sorry I'm late. No
That's all right, darling.
That's all right, Christine. The world don't revolve around YouTube.
Okay, so there's only 3 screws to go in there, Adrian.
Right, I'll put that one in halfway so far. I'm going to get the other 2 in. Then I'll go around and tighten all 3 of them up. That tight. Do that and go back to last one.
It's looking good. Okay. So step 38 is keep the rear seat back to one side for later, and that is stage complete.
Right. At the side, they look like they had 2 little clips there and there. I'm just making sure they're nicely slotted in.
Yeah. Okay, and then we'll move on to stage 31. I think I told my turn, is it, Mac?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm a bit lost. So stage 31, the rear seat's back panel.
Okay, Fleetwood J. Thought of being a kid, walking around with thoughts of an Airfix kit welded to you or welding yourself to yourself.
Yeah.
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 Part of a kid for me was if I got loads of super glue in my hand, I still do it now actually. I tend to try and chew it off.
Yeah. Oh, well, you see, when you get to our age, you can't do that if you take your teeth out.
I'm getting that way. I ain't got many, left.
I'm trying to take care of what I've got there.
You know what? We never grow up. We just get to play with bigger toys.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Are you ready for a parts check, Adrian?
So I just
I like this build. I've made it myself.
right. Let me just open this other plastic thing up. Might need it.
Okay.
I think it's the back rail of the seat sort of thing.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it?
Yes.
I've just
Okay.
dropped things out there to Dano's build.
Okay.
Right. So your parts then for stage 31 is 31.1 rear seats back panel.
Yes.
Okay. And then 31.2 handle.
Yeah.
And that's got nothing to do with music.
No, it's got some lovely detail that it looks like how it's been fixed on.
Yeah. And 31.3 is screws. 1 times 8 by 4 millimeter BP or 3 screws.
Yep.
And it looks like there's 3 of them. It gives you a diagram of what we're going to do. And step 31A is retrieve the rear seats back. 31.
Yes, that's on there.
Okay. And step 31B is insert the 3 posts on the front of the handle 31.2 into the holes in the rear seats back panel 31.1 as shown.
Right. As you notice that when I place it down, that's why I thought it might have gone.
Yeah.
I just roughly place it in place. I didn't actually physically push it down at the time. But
And you was right.
I have.
Okay. So step 31C says press the posts into the holes, ensuring that the small pins above enter the smaller holes. And then step 31D says secure the handle with 3 BP03 screws 31.3.
Remind me of the handrails on the bus.
Yeah.
Coming down the steps.
Yeah.
I bet you had fun trying to get those screws in.
I bet you did, Mark.
Wish I had these handrails a lot sooner.
I wish Hachette had realised don't put the back panel on until you've done them handrails.
Yes. Perhaps someone actually, there was more than one person doing the instructions, and someone else said, right, okay, we'll do this order, that order, and that order.
Yeah.
No, we'll just do them in an order that doesn't make any sense. Let's put them to the test.
Let's put them in an order where you can't get a screwdriver in.
Or you could if you had them tiny screwdrivers you used to get in crackers.
Yeah.
Christmas crackers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Or a bit like a part where you're going to get a part of an issue later date. You wish I received that part a little bit earlier,
Yeah.
because that would come in very handy to do.
Yes,
with.
it would.
I think Bismarck gave you a tiny one when he was building that because it's getting into the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I did see that.
Well, R2D2 you end up getting a smaller one.
Yeah.
They're going in, Adrian.
Yeah, they're going in nicely. Just done the going back to the first one. See if that's nice and tight. Yes. Now I'm just doing the final one.
Okay.
Which one you're doing today? Your next collection?
Some of these holes you find the first where the screw goes in, it's nice and big. Looks like you end up using a bigger screw you
Yeah.
are normally, and basically it's not help guiding it into the exact hole which it goes into.
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
See if that helped it. So I just got a needle for and try and taper that hole a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
How does that look? They look fine.
Yeah. Looks great.
Sorry. While I was doing the screws, it's like twisting that, and I was just having a look before I cover the screws up, see if they look straight.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than you put it all together, and later date you look at the vehicle and think, oh, that arm's slightly bent.
Yeah.
Right, next stage.
Yes. 31E. Line the posts on the rear seats back with the corresponding holes in the rear seats. Okay, and then it says step 31F. Press the two parts of the rear seats back together. Okay, and then 31G says check that the edges are flush. And if that's flush,
Yes,
then that's stage complete. And it's
I'm
over to Mark for 32.
Yep. Okay, so stage 32, we are going to be doing the heat exchanger and seat supports. And the heat exchanger is, Dave, say?
Heat exchanger is taking heat off the engine and putting it into the inside of the body, so it's making it into a heater.
Right.
Because it's an air-cooled engine, isn't it?
Yes.
BPO3.
So instead of it keeping the heat around the engine, it either throws the heat out to the outside, or it can throw the heat in to the inside, making it nice and warm on the inside, depending on which way the flapper is, of course, on the heat exchanger.
Okay,
Right.
Adrian. Parts check. So 32.1 is the heat exchanger upper.
Yes, that's this one.
Okay. 32.2 is the heat exchanger lower.
Yep, and that's this one.
32.3 is rear seats side supports.
Right, okay. Yeah, it looks like a pair of them. That's those two.
Yeah.
They look
Yeah.
identically the same.
Yeah, they are, because on the parts check you've got a picture of 32.3 and then another 32.3.
Yes.
Okay, so 32.4 is the rear seat center support.
Yes.
And then 32.5 is screws 1.8 times 4mm BP03 screws.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll move on to step 1. So step 32A, combine the two parts that make up the heat exchanger 32.1 and 32.2 by inserting the posts into the corresponding holes.
Cuckoo.
Cuckoo.
All go cuckoo.
Right.
Here.
Okay. And then step 32B is secure the parts with two BP03 screws. 32.5.
Yes. It looks like this stage probably is pretty simple.
Yes.
This one's screwing. To the second screw hole. Glad this is not painted metal. Then I might have just scratched it then.
Oh, yeah.
Right, that one's in.
Okay, and that's stage complete.
Right, go.
Okay, and that moves us on to stage 33, which is rear seat base.
Cool, I love the BPO3s. I'm glad it's not like the Route Master. We end up with practically every letter of the alphabet.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so part 33.1 is rear seat base.
Yes.
And 33.2 is screws 1.8 times 4mm BP03 screws.
Right. I said I got plenty left beforehand. I didn't exactly count them. Probably someone said, yes, you should have counted them. But if you already got plenty in the pot.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go to step A. So step 33A is retrieve the support supplied with stage 32 and fit one of the side brackets 32.3 into the three indicated holes at the end of the rear seat's base.
that one there. Actually, first off, I know it's gun put. What happens? You got sort of.
Yeah, get a screw loaded up.
Yes. I wish they always say yes. Get a screw ready on a screwdriver.
Never.
No. Hang on.
Right. Penelope pit stop. Evening all enjoyed a nice microwave burger and a milkshake as part of a healthy driver's dinner.
Good evening, Penny.
Good evening, Penny.
And
Okay.
that sounds wonderful, does that?
So step 33B is check that the smaller pin is properly seated in its hole.
Yes.
Okay, and then step 33C, secure the support from the other side of the base with 2 BP03 screws, 33-2. Okay.
Do you want to go with a small or a large one? So I'm going to change my tip for a moment. Go back to that screwdriver. Right. Okay.
Okay.
I see.
Yeah. So step 33D, then mount the second side support 32-3 at the other end of the seat base. I think it's just basically repeating what we've just done.
Yeah, it's opposite end.
Yeah. And then step 33A is secure the second support with 2 BP03 screws, 33-2.
You've got the screw ready. Right, okay.
Okay. And step 33F is mount the center support 32-4 in the 3 indicated holes in the base.
That's those 3 holes.
Yes. Now is there a certain way this goes round?
Yes, it does. The center screw hole is off-centered, so that's from the 2 pins.
Right. So you get it
Because
in
if
the
you have
right
a
way.
look, if you have a look, they're low up. If I spin that one around, locate the middle one. The two
Yeah.
pins are incorrect.
Right.
Right.
So, yes, goes on a certain way around.
Okay. And then step 33G is secure the sensor support with a BP03 screw 33-2.
Right, that's really nicely done up.
Okay. And then step 33H just says keep the remaining BP03 screws 33-2 to one side for future use, and that is stage complete. And now it's over to the very knowledgeable Mr. Dave Say.
Well, do you think I got plenty BP03s?
Yeah, I think you have.
Oh yeah, I think you have.
I think they're probably saying that because just in case if someone thinks, oh, what do I do with these screws? They probably at the end of that part probably throw them away, and they thought, right, okay, we're going to give them to you for another issue. We advise you to keep what you had left over on this issue.
Okay, so this is stage 34, rear seats. And I think I said when we started this that you could fit 9 people in this, didn't I?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah,
So
because any higher, then you would have to get a passenger carrying license, I presume.
yeah.
Yeah.
16 seater, yeah, now license.
Right. Okay. So when you're ready, Adrian, we'll go through a parts check.
Well, it tells us to look after BP03s. I end up receiving some more, so
Yeah. And you've got some BPR4s as well.
yep.
So we'll let you get them loaded up and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about that microwaved burger and a milkshake as part of a healthy bus driver's dinner.
I remember rightly because you could drive up with a 16 seater on a normal license. I don't know if they've changed the law now.
They've changed the law.
Because Ernie, who I used to work with, we had a 16 seater minibus. I was the escort, and he didn't have the PSV.
Right. Okay. Well, you can drive a non-PSV minibus, 16 seaters, 17 seater including the driver, with a normal car license, so long as you've passed your car test before the 1st of January 1997, I believe it is.
That would have been, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Ernie, who used to be my driver, he was in his 70s. No, in his, he was in his 60s.
Yeah, yeah.
He could drive a 16 seater, no problem with that. We just need ordinary car license.
Yeah, probably until he got to the age of 70, then he went a medical.
Wow.
And it gets really complicated after that. But yeah. Right, Adrian. So your parts are
Yes.
34-1 rear seats.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, this one you got a little cushion, and 3 little cushions area.
Yeah, jolly good. Nice springy cushions. And 34-2, you've got screws 1.8 by 4mm BP03 screws.
Yes.
And you've got 34-3 screws of a 2.3mm by 4mm BP04 screws.
Yes.
Okay, it gives you a little diagram of what we're doing, and we're basically putting the seats together. And starts off with step 34A, retrieve the rear seat's base 33.1 and align the posts on the underside of the rear seats 34.1 with the holes in the base.
Yeah, I'm just right.
Okay, and step 34B says press the two parts of the rear seats together. And step 34C says lift the edges of the rear seats over the edge of the base as shown.
Yeah, which I'm doing. I get that might happen again. So
Yeah.
yeah, that shows that image.
Okay, and then 34D says secure the seats to the base with 5 BP04 screws 34.3. And I think there's a bit more chat, Dave.
Yeah, I've just popped back. I was on the second day. Fleetwood G, when I caught much very good. I got a brew and some McVitie's caramel digestives.
Oh,
Mm.
caramel digestives.
Yeah.
Well, we had the Rington's team man come this morning and he caught me off guard because he normally comes in an afternoon. Anyway, he's changed his time now, so he's coming on a Friday morning. And so I got some triple choc biscuits off him today because we can't afford a lot today. So we said, right, we'll just have our tea and our coffee and our triple choc biscuits. And, ooh, I've got to eke them out now for a fortnight.
This is why you never start a diet on a Friday.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's no good, you see, because, you know, you have your chippy tea on a Friday and...
Yeah.
Matthew Boham, even though not too late, am I?
Hi, Matthew.
I'm Matthew. No, we might be near the end, but you might be busy working, or you might be doing something else at the time when we started.
And Fleetwood, warning, be careful, bye.
You're probably typing something, accidentally press enter.
Probably means biscuits can put a moment on the lips and a lifetime on the hips.
Good do, yes. Right.
Right. Okay. I forgot where I was up to. Yeah. All right. So 34D, it was secure the seats to the base with 5 BP04 screws, which you've done, haven't you? And
Yep.
some alarms going off.
That's mine.
Okay. And step 34E is fit the posts of the rear seats back, stage 31, into the corresponding holes in the rear seat's base.
Before I get my hands full, I reckon it'll be a BPO3 might be using.
Yes, that's correct. Okay, so you've got to fit that back on. And then, pardon me. And then it says, 34F. Says, check that the two parts are flush as shown. Yeah. And step 34G is secure the rear seats back to the base at the bottom with 5 BP03 screws, 34-2. Going to bring the chat up again, Dave?
Yeah, I was just waiting to get started screwing. Right, Matthew Warhill. Hey, Penny, like to see you do a live stream with Spitfire like you did with Hootmaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Adrian and Mark do a live run as well of the Spitfire. So
Yeah.
I presume you watched that as well, Matthew.
Yeah, there's one coming this Sunday, isn't there, Mark?
Yes, this Sunday, 8 o'clock on my channel, Build the Spitfire Show.
And Fleetwood J. Anyone tried the McVitie's Vib Caramel digesters? They are lethal and nourish.
Yes, I certainly have.
I haven't.
I have. Oh.
Right, never tried them. And Fleetwood J again when I get this up. My internet dropped as I was typing it out. Love.
We thought that might have happened. Not a problem.
Right, and of course I'm doing Spitfire on Tuesday.
Yeah, Spitfire on Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's going to make a lovely Spitfire week, couldn't it?
Yeah. They are quite bigger, them seats, aren't they?
Yes.
It's going to be a large model.
Well, it is 1/8 scale.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. All 5 of those screws, oops, wrong image. All 5 of those screws have gone in nicely.
Jolly good. Well, step 34H says keep the 5 BPO 3 screws 34-2 that were not used to one side for a later stage, and then it says stage complete, and that brings us on to stage 35, spare wheel housing.
Okay, Matthew Bourne. I had 2 deliveries today, Spitfire and X-Ray.
Well, I ended up having Spitfire delivery yesterday.
Yeah, I did too.
So did I.
Oh,
Just different parts of the country will probably get them different.
yeah.
This is weird. I watched this on the iPad, and we're behind on the hill on the build by about 20 seconds.
Yeah.
But the chat is coming up on YouTube before it's coming on this.
Yeah, it does. It does. For some strange reason, it does. But yeah, it does. So, are you ready for a parts check it then, Adrian?
Right, hang on, let me just...
It looks like this is going to be a large issue to do.
Yes. I'm just about to put the new screws away. Because we end up receiving BP07 screws in this.
Oh, heck.
Right, okay.
Okay. So, stage 35, spare wheel housing. Your 35-1, spare wheel housing.
Yep.
Wow. I like it. And then 35-2, a handle.
Yes. I can see straight away this is going to be a push fit connection.
Okay. And then 35 3 ashtray.
But well, if it's a modern vehicle nowadays, but you wouldn't get an ashtray, would you?
You wouldn't get an ashtray, no. And 35 4 screws 1.8 by 3 millimeter BP07.
Yes.
And there's one of them.
One
And
of
then
them, and I got a spare one.
Yeah, oh, jolly good. Then it gives you a little diagram of what we're going to do. We're going to put the seat and the heat exchanger in by the looks of it. And then that brings us on to step 35A. And it says retrieve the heat exchanger, stage 32, the rear seats, stage 34, and the 6 BP03 screws from stage 33 and 34.
Right.
Okay, so you've got all them bits and pieces?
Yes.
Okay, so step 35B is install the heat exchanger by inserting the 3 projections into the matched holes on the floor, or in the floor.
Right. First off, get the screw out.
So near to the rear bulkhead, Adrian.
So I'm just quickly getting the screw down ready with a screw.
Okay.
Right. There's bulkhead. And you believe that's a slot there and that's a slot there.
Should be 3, Adrian.
And that one there. Oh, those 3 in a straight line.
Okay. So it says install the heat exchanger by inserting the 3 projections into the matched holes on the floor. Then step 35C says check that the sides are properly seated in the floor. Okay. Yeah. And step 35D says secure the heat exchanger from the underside of the floor with BP03 screws 33 2. Just one screw. And for those of you who don't know what a heat exchanger is, it's taking heat from the engine, because this is an air-cooled engine, a Volkswagen Camper, and the Volkswagen has the engine in the rear, and it would be taking the hot air from the engine and displacing it into the vehicle, using it as heat to heat the inside of the vehicle. And you would do that by pulling a lever, and a lever would direct a flap from the outside of the engine cooling, because the engine is air-cooled engine, and that would be forcing air into the vehicle via the flap through the air heat exchanger.
Yeah, we'll keep your feet nice and toasty.
And it would keep your toes nice and toasty. Yeah, down there it would, yeah.
Okay, Matthew, Owen, anyone know what's in Spitfire issue 3111? I have issues 23 to 26 today.
Yes, we do, but you'll have to watch our shows, I think.
Well, if you keep an eye on the Spitfire Show Facebook group, you might find the Empiric on there in later dates.
Are you a member of that, Matthew? Brings us nicely on to 35E. Install the rear seats into the corresponding holes in the floor.
Yes, right, okay. Okay, that's nice situated in.
Okay. And then it says step 35F, Secure the seats from the underneath with the remaining 5 BPO3 screws, 34-2.
I'm going to do the center one first. That was nicely down. Now I'm going to do the bottom 2.
It's come a long way tonight as this build, isn't it?
Yes. Got quite a bit to do in this stage.
Yeah.
That's always a problem in some parts. You find you get a little bit, the next moment you get quite a bit to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
5 screws are done up nicely.
Very good. And step 35G. Whoops. What's that to me? Oh my goodness, I've changed it. Don't know, I'll carry on regardless. Step 35G is keep the parts supplied with the stage to one side for use in a later stage. That's the spare wheel cover, the ashtray, the handle, and the BPO7 through. And that is stage complete, Adrian.
Right. Okay. Yes, that's the last image.
And that's the next image.
Right, I can pop that one in there. You know, I reckon we'll end up screwing that one with the BPO7.
Yeah.
And that. Oh, actually, no, that didn't get clicked. Oh, I know why that goes. The handrail will get pushed into there.
Ah, yes. For getting in and out of. Yeah.
And then that other part will go next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this part here will get fitted into there. It could be a push fit or a screw fit. Looks like a push fit.
Looks like a push
And
fit.
click on.
Probably put your spare wheel in for it.
Yeah, that'll get pushed onto there. And the way they access the rear spare tires through there.
Yeah.
It's a nice, neat design of how they originally designed the vehicle, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It
For
is.
real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The British tried doing something similar with a Bedford CA van. And, they teamed up with Martin Walter and several other bodybuilders, and they built the Bedford CA, and I think they made them into campers and worker buses, I think it was called then, and several other things. They had seats that flipped up like they do in the Volkswagen, and you could alter them into campers and all that sort of thing. Yeah, it was really rather good. Was the good old Bedford CAs.
That good, didn't you own one, Dave?
My dad did. Yeah. He had a Bedford CA van that we actually converted it into a camper, and we went touring in the 1970s down in Shropshire, and all that part of West Wales there and round there. So yeah, it was lovely. It was absolutely lovely for a kid of my age, a young age, when I was in the 70s, trotting about in the camper. And we had a tortoise as well. We took the tortoise with us, and where we camped up, we used to tie the tortoise on a lead. We had like a harness around the tortoise, and the tortoise used to waddle off and eat all the grass and things like that. Where we was tethered up to, and the tortoise was as happy as Larry, and he travelled hundreds of miles. Did that tortoise?
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could get a harness for a tortoise.
Yeah, we made one.
Wow.
Yeah, just like a leather strap harness, so it didn't hurt didn't drill the shell or anything.
Yeah.
Right, P40 actually, nice relaxing build. Adrian got a lot done.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yes.
I agree with that. Yeah, there's a lot done tonight on that, and
later I'm going to check those middle seats to make sure it is at the right angle.
Yeah.
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 Then if I'm happy with the fit, then I can just Well, I might be wrong. It could be correct. I just want to take it apart. Just have a look on the underside. See if it is angled.
Yeah.
Right, there's more chat coming in. Daniel build, cool build.
Thanks,
I'm gonna get us one, Danny. Just imagine a tortoise on a lead.
It's right. It's true.
I'm gonna be pitched up again. Yeah, Larry, good boy.
I'll tell you one thing, I bet it took forever to take it for a walk.
We used to call it Horace, actually.
Horace.
Horace, yeah. Horace the tortoise.
Horace the tortoise.
It was only about this big as well, so it wasn't very big, but yeah, bless him. There was one wintry.
Did you fill up the camper at the Shell garage?
Fun times. Yeah, we've got a few. There was quite a few French people around at that particular time going touring and what have you, and many of them used to take photographs of him on this lead tied to the front bumper of our Bedford CA camper. Yeah.
The tortoise, did you?
Yeah, it was happy. Yeah.
Oh, different smells, with sort of thing.
Well, we couldn't really leave him at home, so it was a pet at the time. So,
so you couldn't leave. If he was caged up, you'd someone have to come around and feed him each day, right? Okay, make sure his pot's food and fresh water there.
Yeah.
What is it about these Friday chats after build? Last week it was composting toilets and putting excrement on things, and now we're talking about a tortoise on the lead.
It's absolutely true.
Penelope pits up. Where is that tortoise? Oh yeah, exactly where I left him.
If you threw a stick for it, did it run? Oh, dear.
It's absolutely true.
Penelope again. I hope you remember to untie him before you drove off.
Yeah, we did.
Otherwise, he wouldn't have been a happy as Larry anymore.
He would have been a bit shell shocked.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness me.
Right, yeah, that was a nice relaxing build. I enjoyed that section.
Good.
At least I'm finding this one a lot pretty easy than some of the other part works you've got to do.
Yeah.
Because the instructions are nice and simple.
Yeah, yeah. And you've also built quite an awful lot tonight, haven't you? You've got a big bulk of a build there that you've put together. Yeah. So it's come a long way in a short time.
I think, I don't know, I might glue the second half of the mat down with those pegs. I don't know at the moment. I'll pause on thinking on it. Because the front will be by the door, and of course you don't want that flipping over anything if you open the door up. So I thought if I glue those ones down by the peg,
Yeah.
I can easily still probably put it out. If I actually glued the whole surface and set the mat down, then I wouldn't have the option. That's why I glued the pegs only.
Yeah. Yeah.
Penny's being naughty.
You best bring up the chat there.
Chris is the only leader who can change a camper van show into the talk show. Penalty pit stop. Did I ever tell you about my visit to the zoo where they only had one animal? It was a Shih Tzu.
Oh dear. Imagine somebody
guys.
coming into you. Go on, Adrian.
So you continue, Mark.
I was just saying, just imagine somebody coming into this live now and they'd be thinking, what is going on? Oh, dear.
Sorry, guys. Yes, we do have a bit of fun and laughter after the build. You know, wind down, get the build out, and some more chat afterwards.
Yeah.
If people just tune in to watch the build, we get the build over and funny things afterwards. Don't we?
Yeah.
Just the way we are.
Yeah, just the way we are. So yeah, I've certainly lived a funny life.
Well, you know what I
Well,
mean?
Dave said you turn a tortoise on a lead. I've turned a kitten on a lead.
A kitten? Wow.
I've had a lead.
Pardon?
I've had a rabbit on a lead.
A rabbit on the lead, have you?
Yeah.
Wow.
So why did you have a rabbit on a lead then for?
Yeah.
For you, Dave?
We used to take her walks.
Take it for a walk, yeah, or a hop.
Yeah. Was it black and white? A black and white one hair or what I call it? Like it was a black and white rabbit, like a show rabbit.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't want to, going out and mixing with any other rabbits in the garden, so she went out on a lead.
Yeah.
Well, when we had we went away for a week, so of course we couldn't leave the kittens behind, so we took them with us. Of course, every so often during the day we used to go out to the vehicle. We had a van at the time. Put it on a lead, let him outside,
Yeah.
bit of fresh air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my dad being a coach driver, we went on coaching holiday, so I couldn't take a rabbit on holiday, was it?
No.
People on the bus wouldn't have liked it. Had to leave it.
You never know, they might complain, what's that thumping noise?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we're full of older people that might have thought they need rabbit droppings, well, little sweeties.
They might have done, yeah.
Right. Yes, I think that's a good build.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who would like to say their goodbyes first?
Hang on, P40 F20. It's going down the toilet again, Law. And Dennis Gandhi, yes, like me.
We need to do YouTube schedule.
Oh yeah.
Of course, yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so tomorrow evening there isn't anything.
Not as far as we're aware.
Yep.
Sunday, 8 o'clock on my channel is the Spitfire show. I can't off the top of my head remember what issues I'm doing, but I'm doing 4 again.
Well, I think you might find from 27.
Yeah,
onwards.
27, 28, 30, I think.
Yeah, because you've passed me now.
Yeah. So yeah, tune in on that. Monday is Chris Davies' World. He's doing his bus.
Route Master, yeah. Issue 82, is it?
I think so,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, because he done 81 last week, so
Yeah.
no, fortnight ago. So 82.
Yeah.
It depends how long he does that one. He might do a second one. We don't know.
Yeah.
Tuesday, 7 o'clock is Build with Adrian again.
Wow.
Yes. And I'm doing Spitfire issues 31 and 32.
31 and 32. Wow.
Okay. Wednesday. Ooh.
Oh.
Wednesday's obviously a special day. So Wednesday with Penny and Horlicks. I believe it's on both their channels.
Hang on. Are you might find there might be a program before then.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
sorry. So hopefully, if Penny gets the right days off, 1 o'clock Wednesdays afternoon, you have Penny and you have Yorkshire Crafter doing their diamond painting show.
Yeah.
And then that leads on to Wednesday night, and that's when Horlicks and Penny are live, and they're carrying on with Horlicks' Route Master.
Okay.
So still more
So
Route
that'd
Master
be-
on a Wednesday.
That'll be issue 92, will it?
Yes, I believe so.
Issue 92.
Thursday, there isn't anything Thursday.
No, we don't really do anything Thursdays.
No.
No.
Unless we might. So often we might have a Zoom chat.
Yeah.
And that's advertised in one of the Spitfire groups.
Yeah.
And Friday, I'll let Adrian explain Fridays.
Right. We might have Horlicks doing his Terminator on Friday.
Wow.
If that goes well for him on Friday, he might do that every week on Fridays.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's the
Got it,
YouTube
good.
schedule.
Brilliant.
Thank you, Mark.
No problem.
Right. Now we can start saying goodbye. Any more chat? No, doesn't look like any more chat, is there?
Yep, P40F20, great show tonight, guys.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
IP40S20. And of course, guys, well, we just do want to mention, please, if you can, do a like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, that's if you can. And who would like to say their goodbyes first?
I'll go first.
Okay, Mark.
Okay. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Adrian did a fantastic job on this camper. It's really coming together now. So yeah, hit the like button, share, subscribe, and yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.
Right, who's next to?
Go on, I'll go.
Really, Dave?
Yeah. Well, I told you that'll be a cracking build tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed it, and please subscribe to everybody on here. And good night, all.
Thank you, Roy, Dave, and of course, final words.
And it's me. Yeah. As my good lady wife says, there only Dave can turn a camper shirt into a tortoise shirt. Yeah, but it's just some of my life experiences, and I have had a lot of them, I can tell you. So yeah, give Adrian a nice good thumbs up for tonight, because he has done really well building that, and it's coming on in great shape now. It's massively grown tonight, so as the camper, the T1 camper. And I have my own little one here, which is a Corgi Toys one. And apart from it's a van and not a camper. It's one that I picked up out of somebody's toy box, that a scrap toy box from a car boot sale. And I think it was £1 or something like that. It needs some tyres. It's a Corgi one.
See, it's a little bit tired.
It's a little bit what?
A little bit tired.
It's a little bit tired, yeah, with it being a Corgi one, but I have one, so yeah. So it's been a great night. So good night, take care now, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, thank you all for joining me for tonight's show and helping me out. And it's